Hey, it's Adrian. Just before we get you to this episode, do me a favor and head over to pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair. Three things that I know it is most of the time, but it's not like that all of the time. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, enter your email address, it's completely free, and let's get you to this episode.
Adrian, Natalie's got it right now. That's it. We're playing a game of musical chairs.
That was good fun. Let's do it again.
So those that usually tune in will notice there's been a bit of a flip around today. So I shall be your host for the 48th. Can we confirm it? It's the 48th PPJ podcast. And I am joined by the usual suspects, Louise Davies and Adrian Kwan. How's it going, guys?
Woo-hoo! This is straight vodka. Just so. I'm joking. Natalie looks shocked. Well, I mean, I can't prove it.
So this is just my face now.
And we are joined by the fabulous Natalie Carley. I just want to list off Natalie's, well, I couldn't summarize it down. So we have director of Miss Voluptuous International, owner of the Pageant Planner Co., owner of the volunteering site Q4, and recent Pride of Essex Award winner.
Oh, thank you.
And not forgetting Royal International Ms. England role model. How are you, Natalie?
I am good, thank you. Thank you so much. It's really weird hearing you read those out. I'm like, oh yeah, I do that. Yeah,
I did that. I do
that. I don't know where I find the time. I do that.
I know. Yeah, I was going to say I really don't know how you find the time to do all of this.
I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
You've been doing a lot better at that than me.
No, I really haven't. But we won't tell anybody that apart from however many people are watching currently.
Yeah.
A few.
So, Natalie, I want you to tell us a little bit how you got involved into pageantry and how Miss Voluptuous was born.
So I started life in a plus size pageant, and I went along and I'd had a really, really good time. And it was a really good crack. I had a great time. I met some amazing people. I mean, I've been involved on the stage and in theatre and stuff since I was a kid. So it was kind of like a natural progression for me. But I didn't discover pageants until I was already married. I had 2 children. So that kind of aged me out and kind of made me ineligible for some of the bigger systems. So I started trying to kind of find something that fit. And like I say, I entered a plus size system. I'd not long had my children. My confidence was on the floor, and at the time as well, it's not a secret that I was in kind of a toxic relationship situation as well, so that had really knocked my confidence. And so I thought, that looks like fun, I'll give it a go. And I got bitten really hard by the bug. And I think I did pretty good. I placed second runner up, and that was it for me. This is great fun. I really want to have another go at this. And it really was an emphasis on having a really good time, on the glitz and the glam, and I really loved that. But something was kind of, the fire in me really was for the volunteering, putting in the time, raising funds for charity. So I started to have a look around for things that kind of embodied both of those things. So something that was a safe space for someone who has a body like mine, but also really had the emphasis on the charity work, the volunteering, and there kind of wasn't anything. And it was after a couple of conversations with some friends in America. They were like, you know what, just do something. You need to create what's missing. And so in 2016, what is now Miss Voluptuous Pageants was born, and here we are 4 years later, holding our first international next year in Nashville. I think we are like one of the first systems born in the UK to hold an international stateside. So it's kind of a big deal for me, pretty exciting.
That's
That's
huge.
how
I
I got
wanna
here.
go.
Here I am. So yeah, exciting stuff.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Nashville looks amazing as well.
What made you pick Tennessee?
I've got a bit of a penchant for being slightly different, and my natural instinct was to go somewhere like Vegas. Everybody wants the glitter and the glam and the lights and the amazingness, and there are so many incredible pageants that are already being held in Vegas. So I started kind of having a look around, like where else could we go? Obviously then there was Orlando, because that's another massive draw for people. You have Galaxy was being held in Orlando at the time, and I was like, there are again a lot of systems that are already there. I need to pick somewhere that other people haven't necessarily gone yet for an international. And I'm a bit of a closet Dolly fan, so Nashville was the next best thing for me. It's somewhere that I know a lot of people really want to go, but don't necessarily have a reason to go there other than to visit and see the sights, kind of thing. So yeah, I had my heart set, and it was just a case of finding a venue. And as soon as we found the venue, everything kind of slotted into place. And yeah, it's been going a million miles an hour ever since. So yeah,
That's so
Nashville.
exciting.
Cannot wait.
Amazing. Chloe, I noticed you muted your mic there. Was that okay?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I never mind. Well, never mind.
Speaking of, how's your week been, Mrs. Jalapeno Top?
Do you want to know what? I'm actually a little disappointed because I really believed I could have did it, but at that moment in time, it was physically impossible. I have no idea how that guy in the chili eating contest in America got 16 in 1 minute, because I went as fast as I could and I only managed 11. But it was offered amazing.
For those that haven't seen it, you have to hop on over to Chloe's Instagram. You got the full video on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
That was, you had me an absolute stitches. So Chloe was attempting a world record of jalapeno eating, and the world record was 16 in a minute. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you have to go over and check a video out because it's hilarious. You cracked me up when the video, it could go either one way, and it was like you partied around with sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Like go another way, and it was a clip of a funeral. Where people were dancing around with the coffin on their shoulders. Like either way, you were gonna get a party.
Oh yeah, either way.
So you managed to get hold of the jalapenos. I know last week you were kind of thinking about buying a plant.
Yeah, it was actually a funny story. So I managed to find a UK website, because my sister lives in Northern Ireland, I live in the Republic. I was able to get them delivered to her house, and my house is only like 30 minutes away. So I got them delivered to my sister's house, and I panicked. I didn't know how many I would need because it didn't specifically state how many jalapenos were in each box. So I ordered 30 pounds worth. Like,
pounds in weight.
No,
what are you gonna do with the rest of the jalapenos?
No, so there's more than 30. There's about 300 there. Well, maybe 200. I'm not sure, but yeah.
You're gonna have to make a sauce.
Yep, we've chopped lots up and we pickled them, and
I think Adrian's got the video.
And we've also kept
Just
them
wondering
fresh.
if anyone.
Yeah, hang on.
Got it.
Speaking of things, so
in the Derry or Donegal area needs any jalapenos, because this is like a whole fridge full filled, and this box is still there's still a lot in there.
Huge
I
box.
think I ordered too many.
So if anyone still wants, I imagine you still have some surplus, Chloe. So if anyone in the Donegal Derry area needs some spice, just let Chloe know.
Speaking of spice, Adrian, aren't you going to attempt the challenge today on the podcast?
I'm glad you asked. I went yesterday to find my pickled jalapenos, and I couldn't find any at the supermarket. They only had the fresh ones. So
Yeah.
I will have to jump on Amazon and try and find the pickled ones. I'm not, what I was going. You want me to try the fresh ones? I mean, if you couldn't do it, what chance do I have?
I pickled them myself.
I know, but I don't want to be here pickling like one jalapeno. I mean, come on. You know that I'm only going to be able to eat one. You want me to pickle one jalapeno? So
Cop
I
out.
will do it.
Disappointed.
I will do it. Well, that too. I mean, they are ridiculously spicy. But Chloe, I didn't forget. They had pickled onions, pickles, relish, dill. They have everything except jalapenos. Probably, honestly, because Australians don't really like spicy food. Like overall, yeah, like curries here, for example. I mean, butter chicken, which has no spice. There aren't many people who would pick a vindaloo or something like that. Maybe the only thing really is when people have the wasabi with sushi, but that's
I love that.
you know, every kind of spice is different. So wasabi kind of sneaks up on you, blows your nose out, and then it's gone. A chili spice, like it starts off slow, but then it's a long burn. Like you said, you had a stomachache afterwards, which I'm not looking forward to. But yeah, Aussies aren't known for loving spicy food. There's not like Vegemite and Tim Tams. There's no chili Vegemite or chili Tim. Actually, no, there is chili Tim Tams, and I bought a pack, and they were amazing. But no, Natalie, I will do it. It's just I need to find them.
I feel like there's a gap in the market there. I feel like you need to introduce something. What was that? Spicy Vegemite? Did you say? That sounds like a gap in the market. You know.
No, Miss Voluptuous was a gap in the market. Chili Vegemite is a bad idea. There's a difference. You know, there's a reason why people don't do certain things. People go, "Oh, there's a gap in the market. No one's done it." It's like, that's because it's a horrible idea.
When I was talking about starting Miss Voluptuous, people looked at me probably the same way people would look at you about chili Vegemite. So you just have to.
But you can advocate. You're passionate about that. I passionately hate Vegemite. I'm not the right person to advocate for Vegemite.
Perhaps that's not your call.
You don't need to. You don't need to, unless you like eating salty diaper remains. No.
Maybe.
Oh, it can't be that bad. It's like Marmite, isn't it?
It's Marmite. Is it Marmite? Same thing, right?
I think it's like harder than Marmite.
Yeah, I say Marmite is when the person had diarrhea, and Vegemite is when the person didn't have the diarrhea, to give you an idea.
Lovely.
Delightful. Yummy.
I mean, did you see?
You know what? We can put that in a jar and we're going to sell it.
But Natalie, did you see the video when I had Emma over here? Even the smell of Vegemite made her like turn away and retch. And then when I had Alicia Van Schoonhoven, who is Miss Galaxy Australia, Emma's sister queen, she made Emma try Vegemite, and I've actually recorded it. I can't put it up because there's one moment, and Chloe had that moment when she was eating the chili. You know that moment when you're like, uh-oh, you know, that moment? Emma had one of those moments, and I know Emma wouldn't want me to post that. She would kill me. So that's how she reacted to Vegemite.
Mine. When I had that moment, I was like, oh my goodness, should I post this? And then I was like, okay, I promised everyone I would post it. I'm just going to post it, and hopefully no one notices.
In fairness, you were attempting a world record, so
exactly.
And it being an eating one as well, you'd expect people to retch.
Yeah, I think there's only so much of anything someone can eat before.
Yeah, that wouldn't be my journey. That's not my journey.
No.
No.
That's not your chili jam.
That's not it. That's not the one. No, thank you.
You don't want to do it with me, Natalie? You don't want to? We can go and jump on a Zoom call and we can both try eating jalapenos at the same time for charity? No?
Yeah. No, why don't we make it like a big Zoom where anyone in the world can enter for charity? Like a big event, and everyone can raise money.
I feel like if it's optional, then sure, I will opt out. But you guys have a great time. I'll support you. I'll be a little cheerleader on the sideline. Yeah, great job, guys. I'll have pom-poms made out of jalapenos and everything. I'll really go the whole hog. Really show support, but yeah, no, that's not for me. Thank you very much.
Oh gosh.
Disappointed.
But how much did you manage to raise in the end? I still yet to donate. I do need to donate.
Oh, thank you. I managed to raise £150, which is
sweet.
amazing because I set a 120 target. So yeah, I'm really delighted with that. It's for a charity called Alone Ireland that helps tackle loneliness in the older community.
Oh.
And they have volunteer programs and helplines. They're amazing. They really are. So I'm just delighted at how I've done.
Oh, that's so amazing.
You need to get the link for your Just Giving page. Like, Adrian, do the magic. Put the link in there.
As soon as you relinquish some duties tonight, you make yourself useful.
I'll just be down here.
Adrian, the tech guy.
Making everything happen. What a good egg.
Oh, such a good egg. Oh, God. I'm going to change the topic completely. Does anyone check out Miss Earth? Oh, it's down there.
Woo!
It's Chloe's Just Giving page. So if anyone's watching, go over and watch the challenge first because you can't miss it. It's brilliant. And then go put some money in Chloe's page because she deserves it for that. 11 jalapenos. But as I was saying, did anyone check out Miss Earth?
Yes.
Natalie,
Yes.
I know you did.
I did, yes.
I was there. Well, not in person. I was on the Zoom call.
Oh, amazing. So you found out before everyone then? Was it all live or was it
Oh no. No, I was on the press conference 2 nights last week, and they both started at midnight. One started about midnight midnight local time for me because the time zone was horrible. I did feel sorry for the Aussie girl who had to be on, but I felt even more sorry for the New Zealand girl because it's even worse for her. So I think it started at midnight for us. It started at 2 a.m. for her. So she didn't get off because it went for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You know what the Filipino new pageantry news people are like. They're very passionate. So she wouldn't have gotten off till like 4:30 in the morning. But I interviewed, who was it? Denmark, I think? No, Finland.
Poland.
Finland, Poland on the first night. And then on the second night, I really wanted to ask a question of Lindsay, the US contestant who actually won. She's amazing. And obviously the Aussie girl as well, who I know. But I haven't told anyone this. I felt sorry for the Kiwi girl because the way they were doing it was everyone would have to get at least one question before they went back around because otherwise everyone had questions for America and Australia. I was like, I can't leave the Kiwi girl out to dry. So I asked the Kiwi girl a question. But then they never got it back around to me. So I never got to ask Lindsay or Brit, the Aussie girl, a question. I was like, oh, God. So that went well. But we discussed Lindsay last week, the girl who won, and just phenomenal. I don't know what else to say about her. If you've seen some of her Instagram photos that she's put up, I might be able to bring up some of them now, but she just looks fierce and she speaks really well. And she is hyper intelligent going back into law school. So she's and I like because Miss Earth has previously picked a lot of Filipino winners in the past. And, you know, the Filipinos, as we discussed last weekend, they're very nice. They're very polite. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think Lindsay breaks that mold. She's not that she's rude, but she's very fierce. I like that just because it's different. I'm just going to see if I can bring up a. I know they had, but Natalie, you said you were watching it as well.
Yeah, so I didn't watch the whole thing. I'm curious to see what pageantry looks like currently. So I've been, I mean, look at her, she's incredible. The Pageant Planner Co are actually sponsoring Lindsay a custom planner for her year. So her director Laura is incredible, and she got that set up with us, which was amazing. So we're actually creating and curating some content for her for a custom product that will be massive to her, so that's really incredible. It was a massive, obviously a massive milestone for us as a company. But yeah, no, I was really keen to see, what does pageantry look like in a post-COVID or with COVID world, and it was really interesting to see, how they announced the results and the element. I thought that was really interesting and a really cute way of doing it, so that it stayed a surprise. That was quite nice. But yeah, no, it was a very interesting experience to watch. Very different, obviously, from previous years. But yeah, no, I think they did a good job, really good job.
Really good job. I loved it. I felt like I had a big piece of pageantry back. Because it felt like a show again, because when I watch Miss Earth, I haven't been there in person, so I don't see the actual performance, but you do watch it on TV, and the standard of the videos that the girls have submitted in their home countries of all their catwalks, and I know they did sportswear, obviously gown, swimwear, but they all picked amazing landmarks. And it was just really beautiful. You felt like you visited each one of those countries. It was really submerged in it. I really enjoyed it, actually. I was quite skeptical when it comes to a virtual pageant, but I was actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the quality of videos, I think you've seen a few early on in lockdown, you saw people doing videos, and it kind of was, they would grab their phone and just do a selfie. Now, especially with Earth, because it's a major pageant, one of the biggest, they've got full-blown video teams behind them, with drones, steady cams, proper editing, proper music, people who actually know what they're doing. So, it's not just someone holding a phone and going, "Hi, my name is so-and-so." And I know a lot of work went into it. Like, it's not just one take. People think the advantage of a pandemic pageant is that you can do it as many times as you want. Because on stage, you do it once, you're done. So if you screw it up, you're done. But the disadvantage is you can do it as many times as you want. So you end up like some of these girls for one video, they would have spent weeks and hours, and it's got a whole team behind them. So yeah, the production values looked amazing, to speak to your point, Danielle. But there is a whole team behind them, so people are taking it seriously, I would put in inverted commas, which I think for a pageant like Miss Earth is absolutely what you have to do.
I think in any kind of virtual pageant setting, I think production value really needs to be in the forefront of the organiser's mind. And obviously, as someone who is trying to navigate the current situation, it is something that I have looked quite extensively into. And like, how can you make it work? Obviously, we're much smaller, on a much smaller scale, and it's kind of trying to find ways to really add in the production value and make it also fair. Because I understand that on a smaller scale, for a national pageant for like the UK, it wouldn't be fair for me to say, to my contestants, for example, can you all submit a walking video, because there are contestants that will have the resources to be able to hire, a video team and a studio and lighting and makeup artists and things. Whereas, like you say, some girls, the only resources they have are their phone, and it will be recorded on a phone. And so it's kind of finding a way that's going to... The beautiful thing about pageantry is a real equalizer. Everybody, it doesn't matter your background or your circumstances, where you've grown up. Everybody on the stage on the day has an equal chance, and I really don't want that to kind of get away. And I think that's really important if we're going to move into like a virtual world of pageantry, is that those kind of considerations are taken in. Otherwise, you do have people that could have kind of almost an advantage in that they can put on a production instead of having a recording of them, walking in their living room. And obviously, not everyone has the resources to be able to go all out, but I think it definitely needs to be a consideration in the judges' minds at the very least, when it comes to reviewing virtual footage.
I think, Natalie, the only way I can think of, and that's a really good point, pageants being equalizers. I mean, there's also issues. For example, there's always been issues with fundraising. I know with Miss World, for example, if a girl is working a 9-to-5 corporate job and has the connections, one girl will literally raise tens of thousands of dollars. Like, I think the winner last year raised $30-something thousand. And then you have girls on the out, maybe students who don't have the finances themselves, struggling with student debt, and they feel bad because they only raised, let's say, $80. So it's definitely not equal in that sense. But one thing that I've done with interviews, when people want to be interviewed by me, I get them to submit a video, and I tell them point blank, it has to be just like your phone or something, and it has to be one take straight to camera. You can't edit it to make yourself look better, because I want to see what the person really is like, because in a live, you can't help them out, like you can't edit it out. So maybe just one suggestion is you make a mandate that has to be like just straight, no editing, no nothing. But then for the videos that maybe you display, not for judging purposes, but to represent your system, those ones should have the amazing production values. But they can't be judged on that, because, as you said, some girls will have access to a team of 10, and some other girls will only have, no tech skills and only have phone, and that shouldn't be, unless your pageant is about tech, that shouldn't be a deciding factor. So that's just one suggestion I would have off the top of my head.
Yeah, I feel like my director's actually. Oh, sorry. I feel like my director's actually really sorry. I feel like my director's actually really nailed that one. What she did is she sent us an example video of her doing a walk. She just did hers outside. Yep. So you could literally do it anywhere. She sent us out a ring light, so we could just set the phone up, and so she just sent an example of her walking around, what way we should walk and how we should film our videos, and it's literally just with her phone in the one spot, not with anyone following her with a camera, not with any professional editing. She sent us an example of what we should do, and anyone from anywhere could do that. They could do it outside, they could do it in their homes. I did mine in my hallway, and I just took her advice, did it the way she did it. No disadvantages to anyone. She sent us all like care packages with our ring lights and a little COVID mask and a little robe. Like, it was the sweetest thing ever. And she even provided us with our swimwear. So I feel like my director has really, really thought about everything in regards to doing a pageant from home.
That's amazing.
Danielle, you've got a question here. So from Sandal, she's asked, do you feel that, I don't know if you can read it, Danielle, so I'll read it out. Do you feel that there,
do you feel like there should be rules and regulations set up to avoid having unfair advantage? Yeah, I think that's kind of what we're saying here, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of what we just discussed.
Yeah, I think I like the idea of, these are the set rules, this is what you must submit, no fancy stuff, no going off course, this is the criteria, just follow that. I think it's Brittany that's your director, isn't it? I feel like she's kind of hit the nail on the head, and the fact that you girls are all bonding and you seem to be having a really great time. You still have that essence of what a pageant is. I can hear myself back.
It's okay. It's coming and going, Danielle, the echo.
Yeah. But I feel like that's kind of what you want as well out of a pageant. You still want that essence of making friends and having fun, and I still feel like Brittany's managed to capture that with you guys. And
I think she's a really, really good director. Like I said before, like, she's really on top of it. So before I organized the games nights for Miss Universe Ireland, I jumped on a call with her, and you could just immediately tell the professionalism is it. I mean, she's American, and Americans take pageantry that a little bit more seriously than certainly, let's say, Australia. I don't know about the UK. I mean, I'm not going to say someone like Natalie or Holly doesn't take it seriously, but in America, it's a big industry. And I felt like I was speaking to genuinely like a CEO of a company. So she's really on top of it. She's also taken over one of the other franchises. I can't remember which one. Actually, Chloe might be able to say to the USA. Yeah, which goes into Universe. So I think it's because she's so on top of it and she knows what it's like that she's able to make sure that her girls have a really, really great time. And I think she's done really, really well.
I feel like a lot of the directors, they worry about that. They're losing the essence of a pageant. I think, Natalie, I feel like
I know that this is something that obviously you and I have had discussions about before, was that, you know, it's really trying to keep it sounds, you know, I hate to use the word sisterhood too much, because it starts to, you know, people think it's a little bit of a cliche, but it really isn't. And, you know, what we've really tried to do is keep that alive. And it's really difficult to help people connect at a time when everyone is feeling very disconnected, even myself, because, you know, the noise of the world is really loud and people are going into themselves and kind of just trying to muddle through. And so we've found like fun ways. Like last week we did something, it was so ridiculous. It was a virtual dish cook-off. There was no cooking involved at all. We literally said, you know, imagine this, congratulations, you've won your country title, you are headed to internationals, you have run of the kitchen, you have to make a dish that represents your country for a national dish potluck. What are you creating? And it was like, they had to really sell us this dish and find a photo online that looked kind of like what they were going to create. And it was just a lot of fun, and the girls they do really get involved, and I've got incredible contestants. I mean, every single contestant that's come through Miss Voluptuous' doors from day one has been phenomenal in her own way, and this year is no exception. We've got some really cracking lot, and they have been really keen to get involved with each other. And so that's just little things like that is what we're kind of trying to do, not just to help the bond, but keep the excitement going, because, you know, it's a time when things are uncertain. People don't know what's going to happen in next week, let alone next year. So, you know, just trying to keep that enthusiasm up, and you know how difficult it is kind of not knowing what's going to happen. So we've really kind of just tried to have some really silly fun with it. And it sounds like, Chloe, your director is absolutely nailing the virtual pageant thing, and yeah, I could definitely take some pointers from her.
She's definitely doing amazing, but it sounds like you're doing amazing also. I would love to join in that challenge. It sounds like great fun.
You should come and guest with us. That would be good fun. It'd be a good laugh.
Oh,
you can make a curry. You can make a curry of all those jalapenos.
Oh yeah, I issued a certificate to the winner that says virtual cook-off, and literally in brackets, no cooking was required as part of this challenge. There was actually one of our Welsh girls who won, and she described a Welsh amber tart, I think it was. She talked about a little bit of a gin influence. I was absolutely sold. It sounded incredible. So
a gin.
Yeah,
gin.
There was yeah. Gin. It was like a gin infused ice cream. I was sold.
How much gin was infused?
An ice
cream? It wasn't a real dish. So
I'm not judging. I've made a sorbet out of champagne. So literally, it's a bottle of champagne and like a cup of sugar. It's not healthy, and I put it in the ice cream machine, and it just becomes sorbet. And because it's sorbet, you're kind of like, oh, this is really, really nice. I forgot that it was alcoholic. And actually, my nephew had some, and he's 5 years old. And then he started behaving a little bit funny. And we're like, what's wrong? Oh, yeah. That's why I shouldn't be a parent. But I had great fun. I don't remember much about it, but I had great fun. So,
you know, the parent side of me probably slept well.
He did. Knocked him straight out. I should give it to him more often.
I don't know that you're legally allowed to say that, so we'll really quickly gloss over that. Yikes.
Oh god.
Oh, Adrian. Oh dear, no.
First he needs kids and then gets them drunk.
I was going to say, you shouldn't let me anywhere near kids, although kids love me. It's always the way it goes. You also should not let me near any of your pets, because the things I do with my pets and the things that I do to little children are the same. I just have too much fun. Did you see my this? Yeah,
Adrian, twisted really fast, really quickly backpedal. Really quickly.
I am. If you don't,
and
hang on. Did you guys see the video I did with my cat, so people actually know what I'm talking about? So
Did you put
that on
Natalie.
No, I'm not sure.
This poor
Oh,
cat.
hang on. I just need to. So let me hijack this for a bit. So first off, did you guys see the video I did with Imogen?
Yeah. The one of her
That
swinging
was
her hair around.
hilarious. That was hilarious.
That was brilliant. Was that actually
where's the
Imogen in
one?
that video? That wasn't it. Was that Imogen?
Oh
in the
yeah,
video?
yeah. That was actually her. You guys keep going. I'm gonna. Oh no, here it is. All right. So hang on. So Natalie, look at this. And this is what I mean for people who because sometimes I just need to do something because I think it's hilarious and everyone should see it. I don't know if anyone else will agree, but here.
Is this
well,
Bob?
look.
Is this Bob?
This is Bob, or as Chloe would know him, the not smelly one.
Not smelly.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise.
So what happened after that?
You can see the hate growing in that cat really fast. That went from 0
That's
to
why
3
it's
months.
hilarious. And he was wondering how to get out of it, so he leaned back and bit me. And so I fell backwards. I wasn't exaggerating. I fell backwards, but as I fell backwards, I ended up kicking him because he was running away and my feet went that way. So I kicked him up in the air after.
I've got to be honest, I'll probably bite you too. So
I'll try. I'll sit you down and make you do this and go for it. Your teeth probably aren't as sharp as his. But this is what I mean. You shouldn't let me near your pets or your children because I end up doing things like that.
My pet is my child. Paris is just the most spoilt dog on the planet.
my dog actually thinks he is a child.
Oh, I'm missing my cat.
Literally sits at my dining table looking at me like, where is my dinner? Everyone else is eating. Where's my food? Yeah, he's really judgy. Yeah. Check out my judgy dog on Instagram.
Well, Paris has an Instagram. I don't have a cat. I don't have an Instagram for my cat because I can't be bothered. But yeah, I talk to my cat all the time. I make him talk back to me as well. He doesn't say very much. He's not very intelligent. What?
Aww.
The only way you can make a cat talk is by being mean to it.
Oh no! I pretend he's talking to me. So I do both sides of the conversation. So I sound like a complete raving lunatic. Yeah, who doesn't do it? I was having this discussion with Emma Jenkins, Miss Universe GB, and she was demonstrating how she talked to her dog. And I'm like, because she thought people would think she was insane. But I was like, if you don't talk to your pet, there's something wrong. Like you're doing it wrong. Like everyone who has a pet should be talking to their pet
Our whole family
and doing both sides of the conversation.
Yeah, it's got to be done. Everybody does Rolo's voice. Everybody does in the whole house.
Oh, you have a signature voice.
Oh yeah, he's got a whole voice. Oh yeah.
And everyone knows his voice.
Yeah. Everybody knows the voice. We all know the voice.
Do the voice.
Sam, help me out. I can't. No.
Yeah, it can't be as bad as mine. I will never do mine.
What's yours?
How bad can it be?
Have you ever seen the video that's like the Alsatian and they're doing like the ultimate dog tease? And the guy's like, earlier on, I went to the fridge and the dog's like, you?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Rolo has that voice.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, he just sounds a little bit dense. Bless him.
Oh.
It can't be as bad as mine. Believe me, I make mine sound like some sort of very, very slow child who's probably repeated kindergarten about 5 times. So
that's right. Yeah, that's Rolo. That is about Rolo. Actually, I was having the two-sided conversation with the dog in the kitchen, and my other half walks in and says, "I'm sorry, you're talking to me," and I was like, "Yeah. Did you want a tea?" He's like, "Who are you talking to?" I forgot it was in the house.
And you're like, me?
My cat, I make him call me daddy. It's so messed up. I walk in the morning and I say for him like, "Hi daddy," like I was like, I just can't. The things I make him say, they're not.
Yeah, Yeah.
They're not right. But he's like, "Hi, Daddy, how are you?" Like, no.
See, I
And
don't
it's always
actually
this
give my
high
cat.
pitch. Huh?
I don't give my cat like a voice.
Get
Like I
out.
talk to him, but I don't give him a voice.
No, get out.
I have a
You're doing
voice
it
for
wrong.
when I'm talking to
girl, in
Paris,
the
but it's my voice, not hers.
I put on
No,
a different
Rolo.
voice.
Yeah, Rolo's got a voice. Should we just leave now, Adrian? Should we just go?
No, I'm extending my cord so that I can actually reach him because he's up right over here. So,
Oh,
Danielle, you
no,
keep going.
please don't.
gonna do the voice as well.
Yeah, he's got to do the
why
voice.
not?
Yeah, do the
Keep
voice.
going. Talk amongst
Okay.
yourselves.
No, I don't. I can't say I've ever given Thomas a voice. I have a
No,
voice when I talk to him.
I have a voice
That's
when I
normal.
talk to Paris. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like
your
a
dog,
high
your
pitch.
dog or cat has to have a
Yeah,
voice to respond
very,
back.
very
It's
high
not sound like
pitch.
you.
Oh, boy.
Just woken him up, the poor thing.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Go
Don't
on.
bite me, please.
Well,
Not on
go
my
on, go
face.
for it.
One
Go
time
for
he
it.
latched onto my chin and drew blood. It's like, see, hi, Daddy. Hi, everyone. I'm Bob. Nice to meet you. I was sleeping and my daddy woke me up. Now I'm going to bite him in the face. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Bob's done.
He's not impressed. He's not impressed at all.
And that's the end of the pageant project.
Oh my god. See,
I
I told
mean,
you not.
I
Told
could,
you
I
to
could
let me
probably
host.
very easily convince Rolo to do a cameo just now if you would like to meet him.
A cameo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get,
I would love
everyone
that.
gets their pets.
Rolo, come on then. Come here.
Ah, I can
It's
hear him.
become bring your pet to work day.
Oh,
Aw.
Hello.
hello.
Gorgeous. Oh.
Look at those
Oh.
eyes.
Oh, he's so
So this is
cute.
Rolo, and that's what as you can see, you know, he just looks a bit dopey and stuff. So that's why he has a bit of a dopey voice.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
I
got
love
all.
him.
I also give him like a really bad attitude. So, I don't know why I do it to myself. I've got 2 children with really bad attitudes as well. So
I was going to say, you've actually got children. You can do this. You can actually have like children. You
yeah,
don't
no.
need to pretend that the dog's one.
Yeah, no, he thinks he is. So if he's already sick of me, look at that. If I was sat here, he would be sat on one of the dining room chairs. He sits like a human, sits on the dining chairs. Not while we're eating dinner, I draw the line, but yeah, no,
It's good to know you draw the line somewhere.
yeah, draw the line somewhere. Like they don't care where I draw it as long as it's not in their way, you know. But yeah. No. Oh, Amy, do the voice, please. Oh, hi, mummy. Sign the papers. Sign the papers, mummy. Let someone else have it for walks.
Oh, it suits him.
Actually, my other half does his voice much better than me, but he's very, very shy, and he's the other side of the screen, and he's just looking at me like, no.
No, not me.
I don't blame him. I'm pretty sure that we've scared him off.
Rolo
I've
needs
been
a
doing that
TikTok.
successfully for 2.5 years now, so he's still here. So I think it's like punishment or something. I don't know. I think I actually genuinely think he's only really here for the dog. So just like rolling his eyes at me, like stop it. Yeah, this is this is my other child. As you, you know, his attitude is sick of me already. So, hi mate, you are all good to go if you wish.
Oh, he was like, I want some love. Oh, I'm getting pet envy.
Oh.
You have a pet. You have a cat.
I know, but he's not here with me in Cardiff, and I miss him. I cried opening up a can of tuna the other day because I missed him so much, and I always give him the can of tuna afterwards. I feel so guilty. I was like, I have to put this in the bin. Usually, I give it to Thomas to enjoy.
Thomas.
Is this what the 5 a.m. club does to you? Makes you very emotional about random things.
Yeah.
5 a.m. opening a can of tuna. Oh, I miss my child.
Only when you hit about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you know it's kind of downhill from there. Like it's counting down the hours till bedtime.
Yeah, you hit that 3 o'clock wall, and you're like,
oh, it's a whole wall. Yeah.
I'm trying for 6. I'm trying for 6 a.m. 5 a.m. for me is a little bit too early at the moment, anyway. But 6 a.m. That's
I
my goal.
I find that I'm either 5 or laying. I'm like one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you probably like programmed yourself already to be up at 5, and like if you miss 5, it's like, well, I've missed it, so what's the point?
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
what's happening. So you just go back to sleep.
It does sound familiar, yeah.
I'm finding it like really difficult to get to sleep, like at any sort of decent time. So when I wake up, I'm exhausted and I want to go back to bed. But you know, when sometimes you wake up and you try to go back to bed, it doesn't work, and you just end up lying there. Especially because the other day here was 40 degrees, like Celsius, so like 100 Fahrenheit, and you're just lying in bed and you're sweating. It's not going anywhere. You're just lying in a pool of your own sweat. So that combined with the Miss Earth press interviews just made last week no sleep.
Yeah.
I'll trade you to the Ireland weather any day.
No,
yeah, it must be.
no,
It's easier waking up in the summer, I find.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I love it.
Because at least the sun wakes you up. Here in the UK at the moment, we probably get like 2 hours of sunshine.
Yeah, it's
If we're lucky.
sunny at 5 a.m. Like sunrise is at 5, and it's light until 8 p.m. And today's going to be like 30 degrees. So yeah. Sorry, Chloe, I'm staying here. You can't come until you've had a vaccine.
Are they actually going to put that into place? I think they were talking about Qantas was going to.
Oh yeah, Qantas, the CEO said basically if you want to travel with us, you have to have a vaccination. Which, look, I know there's anti-vaxxers out there, and being forced to do something is maybe some people don't like the idea, but the thing is, it's not really about just you; it's about other people. So, especially like with daycare, and they've had this argument with I think it's measles or something like that, and some people don't want to get vaccinated. But then the child gets sick and ends up, that's a really properly horrible disease. There's a reason why they came up with vaccines for it. So it's not just about you, it's about everyone else. So yes, if you don't want to have the vaccine, fine, but then it's impacting other people. So I think it's a bit of a selfish attitude, if I'm being honest. And the conspiracy theory that it's microchips, it's like, just bye-bye.
No, I think that's the difference. I'm like a borderline anti-vaxxer because I'm a bit of a hippie.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit of a hippie.
No, me too. Because of my raw food is like what I've done. I am like I would have previously said I'd rather not have a vaccine. Like I don't want to have medication if I don't need to.
Yeah.
Like if you're sick, just go to sleep. Don't have 5,000 Panadols. But this one is different because it's just been so virulent. It's all over the world and basically shut the world down. I'm happy to take it again, not just for myself, but for my parents, the elderly people, like Chloe has been talking about, because they're very susceptible. It's easy for us to go around going, well, we catch it's no big deal, but for them, it's a death sentence. So even just for that factor, I would swallow my pride and go, yeah, I'll have it, and I want to travel. So, and we have 4 here in Australia, 4 vaccines coming through. I'd be like, yeah, give me all of them. I'll have all of them. So one of them's got to work. I might have 2 heads, but one of them's going to work.
I'd do the same as well. I just can't wait to get on a flight again and for everything to get back to normal. And it's just being a team player, really.
It's quite a hot topic of conversation currently, isn't it? Like, would you or wouldn't you? And I've already said I absolutely would, just because I don't want to be restricted forever. And I do think airlines are going to make it. They're going to make it mandatory. I think that's going to be kind of a logical step in controlling the spread between borders. So
exactly,
yeah.
And the
travel.
The airlines also said that even if they don't make it mandatory, that the country you're going to probably would have made it mandatory anyway. I can guarantee you, coming into Australia and New Zealand, especially in New Zealand, we're basically at 0. They're not going to let you in without a vaccination and put their entire country at risk. So there are people saying, oh, it's about personal freedom. Fine. You have the freedom not to take the vaccine. They have the freedom to not allow you into their country.
Yeah.
To me, that's quid pro quo. That's fair. So, yeah, it is a hot topic, but you can see which way I'm going with it. As much as I'm a kind of hippie, like I have kombucha, I do all that stuff. I know all weird raw foodist things. But I will have the vaccine. I make my own kombucha. I've made it at home. I told Evelyn, I'm one of the other Miss Universe Island contestants, how to make it, and she was like, "Oh my god, that's so amazing! It will save me money," because apparently she drinks it all day long. So hip your roots, but I will have the vaccine if and when it becomes available.
I don't have like the flu jab. Like I have had it offered to me before, and it like the people that did have the flu jab weren't great afterwards.
I've heard this as well.
And I was so thankful that I didn't have it. And I feel like it should be treated as if it is like the flu jab as well, where all the elderly should have it. Absolutely, just like it's free for the flu jab is free here in the UK for the elderly, which I 100% agree with that. But like I said, I was happy with my choice not to have a flu jab when the opportunity was there for me to. So I'm on the fence. I still need to like do my research on it fully, but at the moment I would rather not have something injected into my body.
I had it a couple of years in a row, a few years back. It was offered to me, and I had it. And I can't say as I felt kind of. Obviously, you don't feel great afterwards, and I know that some people it does affect more than others. So, I think with the flu jab, definitely, it's kind of if you really at risk, maybe get one, but you don't feel great afterwards. And in fact, one of the ladies in my group, she and her daughter had it yesterday, and as a result were off work and preschool today because they weren't feeling great. So
okay.
from there, but like I was going to say as well, there are some places that we can't travel to unless we've had a whole list of vaccinations. Currently, I just don't think this is going to be any different, to be honest. I think it's going to be one of that list.
Yeah,
exactly.
Is it going to be a one-time vaccination, or is it a yearly one, like the flu, like a booster? Yeah.
I think it depends. It depends on the vaccine. So also these vaccines are new in terms of they're not using actual, as far as I know, this mRNA. Basically, they haven't taken an actual sample from the virus to create the vaccine. They're using something that's synthetically created, which is one of the reasons why it seems to be so effective. But I played the video for you guys yesterday, and they haven't skipped any of the testing. It's just because there's so much money in it. They haven't had to worry about funding. So they've been able to fast track it without skipping it. But some of them you need two. So initially you need 2 shots. So you have one, I think, and then you wait 2 weeks and then you have another before the vaccination is complete. Some of them might just need 1. And also some of them need to be stored in special container units because they need to be kept at minus 100 degrees or something. So they need special liquid nitrogen to be carried around in. So there's a lot of, I don't know, but there's a few different vaccines and each one is a little bit different. But we'll see. Look, I'd be happy to take it just because I'm frankly a bit sick of being stuck in Australia because I have so many things I want to do overseas. If that's the price I have to pay to do it, so be it. And I never want to make anyone sick. And I've also never had an adverse reaction to a vaccination. And I'm not scared of needles. So for me, and both my parents are doctors. So, okay, yeah. For me, it's fine. But Chloe, what?
Go on, Chloe.
Not the needles.
Can I be stuck in Australia?
Oh, I thought you were going to do. Yeah, sure. Just.
He's like, I don't want to be stuck in Australia, and I'm like, it's summer.
By the time I'm able to travel, it won't be summer anymore, though. That's the thing. At earliest, we're talking about kind of March next year. So let's say I get to travel somewhere by then, it'll be going into winter. And as you know, my birthday's in July. I hate it because it's always bloody winter. And I want a summer birthday for once in my life. So I need to be able to travel at some point.
Australia it's spidery.
Oh, Natalie, come on. If Emma can deal with it, you can deal with it.
Spider coffery.
Spiders.
Emma is much braver than anyone I ever know. She got on a plane on her own and went literally the other side of the world. So the spiders were probably nothing to her after that. She's phenomenal. Me on the other hand,
no.
Hey, I cry when a plane takes off. I cry when it lands. It scares me. Planes scare me, even though I love to travel. I'm scared of flying. Yeah. I don't like spiders. Actually, do you know what's worse? Snakes and crocodiles. No, thank you. I'll pass. Hard pass
Oh,
for me.
Natalie, for God's sakes, look, with regards to plane, I will treat you the same way I treated Emma. I'll go up in the plane with you and then I'll kick you out. That'll get you over the problem of the fights. And then she saw only one spider, like in the wild. She only no snakes,
Was
no
that one
crocodile.
spider as big as 400 British spiders? Yeah, that's
That's
nice from
huge.
me. No, thank you.
And she freaked out.
Yeah, me too.
But she's
I'm
not
freaking out
braver
about
than
it.
you.
No, thank you. No. Yeah, she definitely is.
I would get bitten by 12 spiders if it meant I got summer. I don't care about spiders.
Gonna say as long as they're not poisonous ones, because then you won't be seeing summer.
I always get bitten though. Every time I'm on vacation, my legs just always get bitten.
Yeah.
Sweet blood.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone
you-
always says that.
The reason that people get bit from the UK when they come over here, like I've lived here how long and I've not got bitten once, it's because they go and do stupid things. They go into the bush wearing
Running around in the
shorts because, oh my God, there's sun. I want to get a tan on my legs. And I'm like, you're going to go into that thick bush with the tall grass wearing shorts with your pale ass legs. And then they get bit because they go around into that grass and they start picking up rocks and they're posing on rocks going, I'm in Australia getting a tan. And then, yeah, they get bit. Don't pick up rocks. Don't wear, flip-flops when you're going into the undergrowth. It's just like, it's common sense. Don't wade into the water where it says crocodiles are here. That's probably your sign. And then swim between the damn flags and you won't get pulled out to sea or eaten by a shark.
There's a shark in the water.
Sharks.
There are sharks in the
Spiders.
water. And
I'm okay, thank you. I'm good, thanks, Adrian. You keep your spidery coffee and I'll stay right here in Blighty. Thank you so much.
oh, thanks for reminding me. Look, Natalie, I am the worst person to tell your fears to. Believe me. You don't want to tell me what you're afraid of. I interviewed a South African girl. She told me she was phobic of spiders. I made her look at an image of a spider during our interview and she screamed. She couldn't look at the... Thankfully, she forgave me and she's actually been on the podcast. But yeah, don't tell me. Because now I'm thinking, next time I come over, next time I come over, I'm going to bring like little rubber spiders and just
I'm not scared of rubber spiders. Like the usual UK
You won't
spider.
know they're rubber spiders.
Listen, I lived on my own for a really long time. I had to man up really quickly. My dog was never going to save me from the spiders, so I had to learn to. Me and Dyson, we became firm friends in the fight against spiders. Dyson, yeah, the Hoover, the vacuum. Literally just.
I was going to say, I thought you were talking about your dog, like you named your dog after a Dyson vacuum cleaner. That's not very flattering.
Dyson. So that would make good sense. That would be a good name for him. But yeah, just suck him up the vacuum. I don't feel like in Australia you could do that. That's going to clog your vacuum if you try and suck up one of those spiders. No, thank you.
Well, also with a Dyson, it wouldn't be chopped up by a fan, so it would just be in your dirt thing. So when you go to empty it, the spider's going to be pissed with you. And then it does have a right to bite you because you hoovered it into a Dyson and made it live there. So shouldn't do that.
It goes around in the cyclone, so it's going to get like either, dead or really dizzy. So that'll be fine. I can run fast.
And really, really angry. So when you open it, it's coming for you.
Wonderful. I'll sleep so well tonight.
She's going to check her.
Can't wait to go to bed.
Spiders and they're ready to get you.
Oh no, they're it's like a graveyard in there. They're all dead. It's fine. I do check. Christ. No, I'm actually not that scared of spiders. I'm not scared of normal spiders, but big giant ones that are like, come after you, will run after you, look like they're, about to hop in an armoured car. I'm not down for that, I've got to be honest.
Okay. Look, to be fair, that did happen to me once. So when I was living on the Gold Coast, there was this spider just randomly in the middle of a room, and I just moved in, so it was completely empty. And there was just a massive spider in the middle of the room looking at me. And it ran at me. Like, if I had run away, it would have been able to almost keep up with me.
So I was like, that's not good. And also, I don't know what sort of spider it was. It was all angular and looked like it had armor plating on it. So I was like, I'm not okay with this. So I got the can of, what's it? And I take aim in it, and I sprayed it to the point where it was covered in foam, and it still kept coming at me. I didn't know what to do because it cornered me. I couldn't go back down the stairs because it got between myself and the stairs. And I just had sprayed it, and I could see this thing of foam moving around. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done?
Did it also steal your lunch money and have loads of tattoos? Because this sounds like a nightmare I may have had.
Yeah. He probably escaped from spider jail. But that was probably terrifying. Also because I think I wasn't wearing any clothes at the time because I'd just come out of the shower.
Maybe it just wanted to be really, really friendly. Or maybe it was the Benjamin your cat. Who knows? Animals, they communicate
Spider
with
love.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's not my type.
I go spider love instead of high love. We could make a whole thing out of this. I'm feeling a collaboration.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't know how I feel about being bitten on a first date. It's not, not high on my list. Also a bit too hairy for my liking. But yeah, I mean, to each their own. But yeah, there are some properly scary ones. But that's only happened to me once, Natalie, and I survived.
First dates or spiders?
Spiders. The spiders has only happened once.
Oh my God.
As for snakes, we found one down in our garden for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
Oh God.
But it was a green tree snake. Really doesn't do anything. They're really pretty to look at, actually. Different colors. Actually,
absolutely.
Emma would probably like that because Emma likes lizards, weirdly enough.
I like lizards.
And snakes. Yeah, she's all good with them.
Yeah, lizards are
I
fine.
like
They're
this.
cute.
Snakes, however, not a fan.
Oh no.
The snake's just a lizard without legs.
No.
What's the difference?
They're a bit more sinister. An ex of mine used to have a snake, and it used to escape because he used to keep it in a fish tank. And what it used to do is it used to sliver up next to you and basically lay next to you. I'm like, oh, that's really cute. He's coming laying for a hug.
Sizing you up. Yeah, nice.
Sizing you up when it can eat you.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Don't like snakes, the animals
No.
or the people. That's a hard pass for me. No, thank you.
Why would anyone want a pet snake if it does that? No.
But some of them are quite cute.
No.
Yeah, but it
I have a
wants
friend
to
who's got a
eat
pet snake.
you.
Don't.
But
No,
if it
thank you.
sizes you up, like, why would you want it? That would just no.
People keep tarantulas as pets. I'm.
No, yeah,
No.
I don't.
That's not for me. That no.
I don't
No,
get
thank you.
that. Like the big snails. I've got a phobia of snails and people that keep the big, huge.
The African land snails. They are.
Yeah.
beautiful. Oh, no, thank you.
No. Why would you want to keep that?
How big are they?
They're massive. They're like
They're huge. Oh, they're enormous.
massive.
What can you do with a snail?
Can't play fetch
I
with a
don't
snail,
feel like
can
they're
you?
very exciting pets, are they? Let's see if we can find a picture of one.
So I mean,
they're
they don't run around, I'm assuming, and then like they don't not very exciting to look at.
You can't really get on the wheel.
You're not going to take it out and like hold it and cuddle it, are you? So
No.
that's a weird pet.
It-
What is
I
it
saw
called?
someone-
African land snail.
I saw someone
Yeah.
walking their pet ferret in the park the other day.
Can we?
I've heard
There we go.
Oh,
What am I doing?
Ew.
There we go. Oh,
Why?
there
I'm
we
all right with that.
Why?
That's nice.
Pass.
no, yeah, no.
I would
yeah,
have that
yeah.
before I would have a snake any day.
It makes my heart go. They literally make my. It's an irrational phobia.
Gross.
It's got like
Not okay with it.
what is going on with its face? Like, no, thank
It's a
you. That's
snail. Who do you mean what's going on with its face? Snail.
I feel like
I've got a photo here, Natalie. You might like to look at giant African land snails mating.
Oh, we don't need to do that. This is,
Are we past the watershed?
we
Can I-
definitely do not need to see two shells going for it.
Look at it. Look.
It's quite.
What is that?
It's got a mouth open. Is that a mouth?
Oh,
It looks like it's going. Ah.
it's so cute.
Someone told it a funny joke. It's laughing.
I think it's adorable. I would have one.
No. Not cute.
Danielle was wetting herself.
It's not okay. I think with them jalapenos, it's not done her any good.
Mm-mm.
No.
Not okay with snails. There are giant snails in the water that Chinese people actually do eat.
Oh.
I couldn't do that. That's one of the foods I just have not been able to, like giant snails. I mean, it's bad enough when it's small, and I've had escargot, but you have it swimming in so much garlic butter. Basically, people go, "It tastes amazing." Yeah, because it's smothered in garlic butter. I don't know if I could. They don't look pretty when you bring them out, and you put your fork in. You have these special ones, and you kind of scoop them out. And when you bring them out, they go boing because they're kind of tough, and then it's like,
oh no, I'm all for trying different foods around the world, but no, I can't get on board.
Escargot, I don't recommend. I've tried it; it's okay, but it's because of the butter. But if you think about what you're eating, it's like,
no.
I would try it.
No.
Would you try it?
No.
Yeah, I would try anything.
I can't get on board with that. Sorry.
Got any tablets in your hands though?
No, yeah, I would 100% sponsor a lot of charity money if you decided to eat snails.
Yeah,
you're up, Chloe.
You're up, Chloe.
Yeah, if I can find out where to source them, yeah.
I'll find out the world.
So they come in.
Every so often they sell in Lidl. It's so weird. They sell like frozen, like trays of them frozen. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. They you can actually eat the ones out of your garden, but you need to put them through a cleansing process first to make sure they have no toxins. So I saw Gordon Ramsay doing this, and basically you feed them on a diet of like carrots and stuff, and then for like a week before you eat them, you have to feed them nothing, and you just keep them watered, and then you eat them like you would any other. I mean, snail's a snail. Otherwise, you buy them frozen, or you often buy them in Australia, Chloe. You buy them in cans, and then you buy the shell separately because the shell's actually really pretty. They have to buy these special, like, it's not just a garden snail when they serve you at a French restaurant. So they actually have to put them back in the shells so that when they present it to you, it looks like it's in the shell, but that snail does not belong to that shell.
That's crazy.
And then they have a special serving dish that has like 12 dimples in it, and each snail goes in a dimple. And then they give you this special utensil that you put into the shell, and you bring the snail out, and it's covered in garlic butter, and you chow down, and it tastes amazing because garlic butter tastes amazing. You don't really taste the snail.
It sounds really good. Is it
It's
kind
fun.
of like
I
the
recommend to do it
texture of?
once.
Is it kind of like the texture of squid? Because I
Less
quite like
tough.
that.
It's less tough. It's just kind of a general, like, similar to squid. Squid actually a little bit springy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have any taste. You don't eat it and go, "Oh my god, what's that?" It's just, when they say everything tastes like chicken, it doesn't actually have much taste. And it's smothered in garlic butter. I mean, you could eat a shoe. It'd be like, "Oh my god, that's an amazing shoe." No, it's the butter. Danielle, sorry, Danielle is about to run away.
Yeah.
I'll stop talking now.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Danielle, how's the hosting going? How are you liking trying to control the madhouse?
She looks traumatized. What's going on here?
I am traumatized. I'm thinking about having to wrap it up pretty soon because I don't know how much snail talk I can take.
We've gone on for an hour and a quarter, so by all means.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
I'm actually hungry now. Is that weird?
No, don't.
Yay, it's snail time.
Oh.
I've got a few down there.
What have you got?
I just have to clean them. Snails.
Snails. Oh no.
In the garden.
No. Okay, wrapping up now. Wrapping up.
Thanks for having me.
Smooth.
This has been super fun.
It's been pretty mad.
I'm just gonna go and cry into my pillow now. But thanks so much for having me, you guys.
I was gonna say now. What have
Check
you got
for spiders.
Have you got? I was gonna say, what have you got planned for the next month? But crying is gonna be one of
crying into my pillow night after night, wondering why Adrian hates me so much that he wants to horrify me with all of my deepest, darkest fears. Thanks, Adrian. You're a real pal.
Anything for a laugh. I got to keep my self in somehow.
And Nat, what have we got to look forward to from the pageant planner, Cara? I know you've had a new release.
Okay, so I've got a brand new product. I decided to be a total rebel. It's absolutely nothing to do with pageantry. It's not pink. It's not floral. It is black and white and grey. It's called Like a Boss. It is I'm calling it the power planner. Anybody who wants to absolutely boss their life needs one of these. It's incredible. It's got kind of mindset, a massive section. We've really expanded the section on mindset because, you know, we know from Club 5 AM that, you know, having that mindset for a winning successful life, which I'm starting to get the hang of. Hopefully, fingers crossed, people agree with me, but I'm starting to get the hang of the winning lifestyle kind of thing. But yeah, it's very focused on mindset. There are sections for, you know, budgeting, income and expenses, which we know is obviously especially when you're starting your own business or you work for yourself, something that you might really struggle to kind of get on board with. So just different elements of stuff like that. But yeah, it's well over 200 pages. I'm really, really excited for this one. And it launches officially on the 7th of December because that is my sister's birthday and she is the best boss I know. So that's my little memorial for her kind of birthday thing. Like, here we go. We're going to launch this brand new product. And yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be good fun.
It's going to be a perfect Christmas gift as well.
Yes, it's available for pre-order. So yeah, head to thepageantplannerco.com. That's my little plug for that.
It up.
Fab. Chloe, what have you got on this coming week?
So I had an amazing weekend previous between doing my world record challenge, and also I did my filming for my evening gown and swimwear for Miss Universe Ireland. So that's also really exciting. So over the next week, watch out for any news coming from there.
Amazing.
If you go to the top of the page there, Adrian. It's Like a Boss. There it is.
Yeah.
I love that website. It's so cute.
Beauty.
This one
is there a preview? Oh, that's a PayPal page. Is there a preview of it somewhere, Natalie, that we can have a look at?
Yeah, it is literally not yet been printed. So it is now being finished and it is about to be printed. So I think Danielle is going to be one of the first people actually to get a copy of this. So she will be able to show you how amazing it is.
I'm excited.
International
I'm so
shipping?
excited.
Yes, no?
Initially, it's just for the UK to start with. If the demand is there, of course, I will print and ship, because obviously I didn't ever expect the pageant planner itself to have an international demand, and I've probably sold more outside of the UK than I have inside of the UK. So, yeah, incredible, definitely.
Well, that will only increase with Lindsay and her personalised one. I mean, your US sales and international sales are going to increase, not decrease.
It's definitely amazing. It's been incredible. I would literally just created a product I was looking for. I couldn't find it anywhere. There was lots of available that you can print yourself, but like I'm so disorganized, and I have a really busy lifestyle. I'm a mum of 2, and I just felt like all those loose sheets in a binder, they were going to get torn out, things were going to go missing and stuff. I just wanted a pre-printed, ready-made product, and I just couldn't find it anywhere. So much like Miss Voluptuous, I just decided to make it. Like, okay, there's one out there, I'm going to do it myself.
Amazing.
I'm still looking for my gap in the market. Actually, no, I think I found it with the pageant stylist, but again, that's more of an American. I think I've had a lot more feedback from an international market than I have in the UK. So that's something that we share in common there. I feel like you said earlier, Adrian, with it being such they take pageantry the next step. It's like a real business career. Yeah, so they invest more in it.
It's part of business. I mean, even with the pageant project itself, I mean, I initially only interviewed Australian contestants, and that's what I wanted to do, because I thought, I just want to focus on Australia. Didn't really get anywhere, and then it exploded in the UK. I didn't plan for that, and then sometimes you just have to run with it. Sometimes, the path you think you're going to go down, life just goes, hey, just for fun, actually, let's go this way instead. So the pageant project, like the audience has become much more international now than it was at the beginning. It's like split equally at the moment between Australia, UK, and the US, and more coming the US, the American.
And Ireland.
Nasty cough you've got there, Chloe. You okay?
You forgot Ireland.
No, I was deliberately ignoring it. Moving on. Chloe. No, Chloe, honestly, like out of all the countries, the people that I've interviewed, the Irish girls, including yourself, they're all lovely. Like yourself, Nadia, Eileen, who I interviewed, they're I don't know, like everyone loves the Irish, and I'm beginning to see why. I always describe the Irish as aggressively friendly. Like they just make you have a good time. You can't not have a good time around them. I don't know any other country that does it. And I say this because I looked at Eileen's video for Miss Earth, and I looked at a lot of the Miss Universe Island, the girls, what they in their video, what they were saying, and it was this common theme of the Irish people. They're friendly, they welcome you, and it's really, really true. Even the Irish community here, I've never felt so welcomed by strangers in my life. Like if I walk into a giant room full of shouting Irish people before I know who Irish people are, it's not exactly welcoming. And then you feel actually really quickly, you feel really welcomed.
And then you
weird.
start shouting.
Yeah, well, after 3 Guinnesses, I mean, who's not going to start shouting? So, yeah, no, I love the Irish, and I will come and visit. After I've had 4 jabs in my arms, so I haven't forgotten Ireland Club.
Speaking of interviewing, have you got any interviews coming up? What's on your to-do list for this coming week?
I actually have an interview-free week this week because I wanted time to do other stuff. But I actually think my next interviewee is her.
Me.
Yeah, next week.
I think
She who can't be named.
He is yeah, I know. I'm literal Voldemort. There's a lot of people out there that will agree with that. But yeah, no.
Don't say Voldemort. You're going to lose Chloe. You say Voldemort, Chloe is not going to. She's going to be useless for the rest of the whole story. Keep going.
It sounds like a good story. We're going to have to, we need to know. Yeah, there's probably quite a few people that agree. But yeah, no, it's, I'm looking forward to that actually, a little catch up. But you must be a glutton for punishment, like 2 interviews on the bounce. You poor thing.
I'm excited.
No airplanes. We're just going to, talk about normal stuff, Adrian. No pranks.
I dealt with Emma for over a month, and that was hard work. If I can deal with her, I can deal with you.
Hey, that's my friend you're talking about.
I know, she's my friend too. And Natalie, this is why Chloe was laughing.
Is the footage there?
Where's the footage?
Oh, you want to see the footage? I mean, it's not much to look at, but all right, here you go.
There's no context. I feel like there needs to be context. That definitely gives it more context. That is wonderful.
Do you need more context, or is that enough context?
That's enough context. That's enough context. I think we're going to need to wrap up there, guys. But thank you so much.
Fun story. Ralph Cleveland was actually born in Ipswich, and both of my children were born there too. There you go. How about that little Voldemort fact for you? But anyway, I think you were kicking us all off, so thank you for having us, Danielle.
We need to go to bed.
Yeah, we do. We're up at 22, wish.
That's going to be my nightmares now.
22, Danielle.
Okay, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. But thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much to my co-host and to the fabulous Natalie Carley. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Hey, it's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head up to pageantlaunch.com to join the launch team for our pageant review site. All you have to do is enter your email address. It's completely free. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with your friends and follow us on all our socials. Thanks, and see you next time.